Hey, hey, hey. So, what we're talking about in this video is three things we should not do when dating someone new. Lots of times for us single, saved, and dating folks, we get excited about the person that we're dating. We've had several conversations on the phone and we seem to have some sort of synergy and we agree to go out on a date. And so it's exciting. The date was good, the food was great, the conversation was great, and we just want to pick up the phone and tell our friends, we want to talk to our family about who we're dating. But there are some things that we probably shouldn't do when dating someone new, especially in today's society. We have to be very careful about those that we allow access into our lives. And so, the first thing I would say is that we shouldn't do when we're dating someone new is giving them too much information about you. Okay, let's not do that. We talk, especially if you're talking a long time on the phone, feel like you really know the person, but the reality is that you really don't, and you really should just continue to take the time to collect data, help to get to know their character and things like that. When you tell them too much, what I mean by that is like your salary or where you work. Could you imagine someone that it doesn't work out well with and they aren't happy and they come to your job unexpectedly? You wouldn't want that. So that's something that we definitely want to refrain from. Another thing that we want to refrain from is kind of like two in one is letting them know where you live. Like, who wants to do that? Because you never know how things may work out. And so your home is your place of refuge. It's your place that you go to every day. It is your home base. And so, individuals that you are newly dating should definitely not know where you live. I remember some time ago when I first started dating. I was newly divorced and was getting back on the dating scene and I wasn't certain about the dating scene. It looks a lot of different from years ago when I was dating before. And one of the things that I did is if I went out on a date and I didn't, know the guy that well, I would go out on a date. I knew them well enough to date them, talking on the phone and all that good stuff. But I still didn't want them to know where I lived. So what I would do is I would either meet them where we're going, or if the guy was picking me up, and let's just say, I knew him at some point in my life, high school or what have you. No, they picked me up from my girlfriend's house and I parked at her apartment complex. So I wasn't bringing any danger to her house. I wasn't bringing anyone to her house, but at least it was an apartment complex. So if they ever came there looking for me and it didn't work out, they would never find me. Unless I was there visiting my friend. The other thing is that when you're dating someone new, you definitely should keep from telling your family and friends, introducing them to your family and friends. Before you introduce them to others, you got to allow them to completely introduce themselves to you. And what I mean by that is you need to get to know the individual. We definitely shouldn't also introduce that individual to our children, because children get attached and adults, we get attached too. But sometimes, we definitely have to be our children's advocates and make sure that we have the right intentions in mind. We wouldn't want our children, because especially like I have a son, my son is 5 years old. And if I'm dating someone, it doesn't work out. That doesn't mean I'm not going to date anybody next year. That doesn't mean I'm not going to date anybody this year or next month, so we have to be aware of what that could, how that can look in the eyes of our children. So we have to be mindful of those sorts of things. Sometimes people have their children call them uncle or auntie and all this stuff. Let's just say from all that and wait on introducing that special someone to your family and your friends, as well as your children, when you have known them well enough. And my recommendation would be at least, at a minimum, at least 6 months before you start introducing to people, because it takes that much time for you to even get the surface. You're just scratching the surface, because you really don't find out the true character of a person until some time has passed and some of things have happened in their life. So be patient, wait it out and see, because I'm telling you, um, it's just not what it's always cracked up to be. So the outer appearance certainly shows up one way, and the inner appearance shows up another sometimes. So be mindful, be prayerful, and always remember that I love you with the love of the Lord, and there is nothing you can do about it. I'll see you next time. Take care.